Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. This is more of a laser tip. Somebody contacted me via email and they're going to make a template for like engraving on round coasters. And they want me to use it over and over and over. And they've got a older laser, well, mine is too, that doesn't have the new camera system that you can do. And they don't have mounting holes. You know, even if your board is square, let's say you have a board and on jigs and fixtures, I use MDF and let's make it a lighter color just so you think it's a board. And even if it's square and you run this job, I'm going to actually take that color away but you get the idea. You got to have it click to take the color away. But this is your board. Even if your laser is aligned, 6 months later, it could be off a 1/16, an eighth of an inch, quarter of an inch, from its home. So what I would do, and I've done this before with mainly pin jigs, is take a 2-point line and draw you an X. Probably be better if they were perpendicular. So hold down the control button after you're moving it. You can do it in this top left corner. I even said it. Start moving and then hold down the control button. Then run this job. Just that. Okay? Then, I'm presuming that the person that I'm trying to help has a red dot pointer. Put your home right there and make that your new home. Then, and they mentioned that they were like cutting out templates for coasters. I don't see the advantage of cutting them out, especially if you use MDF and it's of course you could sand off the little black char, but if you're doing like a real leather, the black char could get on there. So let's say you have a 4-inch coaster. Wow, not even close. Didn't have my ratio lock. Lock your ratio. Let's say you have a 4-inch coaster. And you put it here and you're going to cut it out. Well, if you cut that out, the coaster's going to fit. You actually need to make it a little bit bigger. So what I do when I make a jig like this, I'm going to make it 4.1 or something like that. And I'm going to do a vector cut, but not strong enough to cut through the wood. Then if you take your 4-inch coaster every time, and let's make it that color, and you just place your coaster, and you could see a ring all the way around the edge that you know you're in the center. That's how I do it instead of cutting it out. One, you can just swipe your hand across it and pick them all up instead of getting them out of a hole with a piece of tape. And then if you're going to make this jig, since this is 4.1, I'd make my nudge factor 4.2, and I would Control D and make a duplicate, Control D and make a duplicate, get as many as on there you can. I'm going to shift select that one and then shift select all these. And then I'm going to make a duplicate and a duplicate. So that's about as all you could get on that sheet. You could actually, since you've got room, you could actually space them out a little bit more. But then so don't cut this, but make that your home. 2 years later, if you make that your home, these should be in the same spot. And then the other advantage of not having them cut out, let's say you do this next year. We'll take this coaster and this coaster and go to I don't have a laser ever hooked up to this, and go to your laser and pick selected only and just, leave your door open and run it pretty fast and watch it trace that line. If it's dead on, it's because of this. So just when you do it a year now or 2 years from now or 5 years from now, that won't change. I mean, you could even have the board, you know, like down here, as long as it's on that, well, it doesn't have to be on that edge, as long as it's perpendicular or square with the bed. You could set your home there and do the exact same thing. And you could use this over and over and over and over and over. I almost guarantee that works, because I've done it many, many times. You know, if your normal home is right here, but through the machine and jostling around and, you know, opening the door and slamming the door and humidity, that could be off. So give that a try. And because I'm a firm believer of not cutting through the wood. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.